Well, hi everyone, and welcome to Community Journal. And thank you so much for joining us. We do appreciate it. We have a very full show this week, so you know that summer is in full swing here in Harwich, as well as all over the Cape. And you know, it is really busy in town, that's for sure.
Yo, goodness, can you see the difference in the traffic?
Yes, you see a lot of difference.
Yeah, you know, and right at the top of the show, I'm going to do a little editorial here because I came very close to having a disaster. You know, each week I really sort of warn people when they are on the bike trail. This time of year, there are a lot of people using the bike trail. And weekly, I do drive the truck for the family pantry, and we do go across the bike trail in that big truck. Now, this past Monday, I was approaching the bike trail very slowly, and a gentleman, probably in his maybe mid to late 60s, maybe younger, maybe older, I'm not sure, approached that bike trail going probably 8 to 10 miles per hour, did not have a helmet on, had headphones on, never looked right or left, never slowed down, and went right through that intersection. Now, again, there are signs posted on every intersection of that bike trail that you are supposed to dismount your bicycle and walk across. Had I been going any faster at all in a big truck, that would have been a disaster. So please, folks, if you are using that bike trail, please dismount your bike and walk across. We just don't want a tragedy on that bike trail.
And I had a very similar incident happen to me, as I told you, right out here on Oak Street. There's a bike trail that intersects right at
Yes,
Brooks
yeah.
Park,
Yeah.
and a car in front of me had stopped and let a gentleman go by on a bike. And I thought, well, if there's one person, there might be another. So I came up to the bike trail and I stopped, even though I didn't have the stop sign. I believe the stop sign is at the end of the at the intersection,
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
at
Yep.
the end of the bike trail. And I looked to my right, and sure enough, there was a lovely young lady just coming up, and she just barely looked at me, saw I had stopped, and kept right on going and waved. It's your responsibility whether the car is stopped or not. It's your responsibility when you are on that bike trail as a walker or as a biker to get off the bike and stay at that stop sign and wait and make sure that the person has seen you and that they are stopping to let you go by.
Yeah, no, we just don't want to see
No,
a
we
tragedy
don't.
out there.
We don't, and it's
I think
very
the
busy
problem
here.
is that the drivers are aware of this and they're stopping.
Yeah.
They're
You know,
they're
that's
doing
very
that.
true, Paul, and it becomes confusing because the folks that, you know, are familiar with the trail do stop, and it sort of sends a mixed message. But I think the sign is the
The sign is
overarching
the
thing.
big thing,
Yes,
right?
yes,
Yes,
it
yeah.
does say stop.
You
Well,
wonder
people-
some of these people, maybe they just want to die.
Hopefully not,
I
Bob.
hope not.
Hopefully not.
I mean that fellow that you talked about.
That
I
guy,
mean,
he had a death wish.
He had no idea what
He
was
had
going
no,
to happen.
he had
to him.
headphones on. He had no idea where he was, you know. Unbelievable. Oh, well. Going on to a lighter. Oh, my goodness. But anyway, we've got a great show for you this week, and we're going to start it off going down to the library with Ann Carpenter, and she's got some great information for us. So let's take a look right now.
Good afternoon. I'm Ann Carpenter, the Youth Services Librarian at the Brooks Free Library, and I'm here to talk about some of the great things we have going on at the library this summer. One of the best parts about the library during the summer is, of course, the summer reading program, where every time a child reads for 2.5 hours, they can come to the library and they can get a free book and a small prize. And they can do that as many times over the summer as they want. So some kids will take them the whole summer to read that 2.5 hours. Other kids, they come in every single day with their 2.5 hour things. When you sign up, what you do is you get a bookmark that has a number of different pictures on it. And then you can color in or cross off one of the pictures. Each one represents a different unit of time depending on the bookmark that you get. When you fill them all in, it shows that you've read 2.5 hours, and you can come down and get your prize and your free book. It's a great program, and all children are eligible whether they live in Harwich or not. Also during the summer, we have a fun program just about every day at the library. So we're going to start off by talking about some of the things you can look forward to this week from July 3rd through July 12th. On every Monday, we have a program called Creative Movement that is great for preschoolers. Our friend Lisa Canto comes in and runs the program. It's got a lot of different improv aspects to it and music, and is a lot of fun. Also for preschoolers on Wednesdays at, on Fridays at 10:30, we have story time, which is a great program. And on Tuesdays at 10:30, we have a program called Mother Goose on the Loose, which is for babies, toddlers, and preschoolers, where we do lots of singing and instruments and lots of fun. For all of those kids who are home on summer vacation and have a bad case of the boards and are looking for something to do, we can absolutely connect with you. On Wednesdays, every Wednesday at 2:30, we're going to have a Build It challenge. The theme of the summer reading program this year is Build a Better World. And in keeping with that theme, every Wednesday is a Build It challenge. We're going to bring in a whole bunch of different supplies and give the kids a challenge. So this coming Wednesday, Wednesday, July 5th, the theme is going to be building bridges. So I'll give the kids a whole bunch of different materials and say, all right, your challenge is to build a bridge that is X feet wide using just these supplies. And then the challenges have levels. So now it needs to be longer, now it needs to have a heavier weight on it. And one of the reasons we do the multiple levels is so that a variety of different kids can come and everyone will be challenged, but everyone will also succeed at their own level, which is a really great way to do it. We're also excited on Thursday, we're going to have process art for kids. And the great thing about process art, the theme of that is it's the process, not the product. Sometimes when kids are asked to do art at camps or schools or things, it's all about making 25 perfectly identical products. In this one, everyone's is going to look completely different. It's a way for kids to be able to explore materials or explore processes that they might not have explored before. So we're going to be doing a lot of really weird and unique things like painting with string or with bubbles or things like that. And then on Friday, every Friday at 2:30 is going to be our Crafty Friday for kids. This week we're going to be making climbing creatures. So I'll make a little creature and put them on 2 strings, and when you pull the strings, the little creature climbs right up the 2 strings, which is kind of fun. And that's a great one for a wide variety of ages. If they're very young, they're going to need a little more adult assistance with the scissors and things like that, but we welcome everybody. If you have a middle schooler at home or a high school student and you're thinking, oh, sounds like there's a lot of programs for the young, don't worry, because we have plenty of programs for tweens and teens as well. In Harwich, middle school runs from 5th through 7th grade. So when we say that it's a middle school, high school program, we mean 5th grade and up, entering the 5th grade. And July 3rd, this upcoming Monday, is our first middle school maker of the summer. And it's going to be rock painting. So we're going to have a variety of different rocks, lots of different paint, and we'll create some different rock paintings. We can either paint them up as little creatures, or you can do some of those inspirational rocks that have been really popular lately, whatever your tween or teen is feeling like. And then upcoming July 10th, next Monday, we're going to be doing slime. And I know we're very excited because since a lot of tweens and teens have already made slime, we're taking it to the next level, and we're going to be doing a variety of different kinds of slime, including magnetic slime. So it'll be, you get a strong magnet, it'll move around with the thing, which we're super excited about. And then next Tuesday, July 11th, at 2:30, we're going to have Big Ryan's Tall Tales come in, and he is a magnificent storyteller who comes in and tells stories for preschool through elementary school aged children. Some of the stories are funny. Actually, they're all funny, really. Some of them are sort of pseudo-scary. They're not actually scary because they always end up as a funny ending. And he is a great storyteller, and people who have come and seen him in the past, he's got groupies that follow him sometimes. And that, again, is the July 11th, Tuesday at 2:30. And that brings us to July 12th, which is a Wednesday, which, as I said, is going to be a Build It Challenge. And that Wednesday's Build It Challenge is going to be boats. So again, I'll give the kids a variety of different materials and a big bucket filled with water, and they're going to have to build something that challenge level number 1, something that will float, and then challenge level 2 is to float a certain amount of weight, and then challenge levels 3 and beyond will be more individually tailored to the child. So we're looking forward to a great summer with lots of building, lots of reading, lots of crafts, all kinds of good things. Thank you.
You know, I never even knew the existence of magnetic slime.
I know, that's the first I heard of it too. Such exciting activities. Good for
know.
Ann.
Yeah, no, she does a
Good
great
for the children
job.
that
Yeah,
take advantage of it.
really, there's a lot of great stuff going on over there, and thank you, Ann. That was
Yes.
really
Pretty
very
good.
interesting.
Very good.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of great
Sounds
things.
fun.
It sounds like a lot of fun. Eileen, you've got some interesting things going on as well.
I sure do. Hope you have your pen and paper ready because we are going to be giving you some information as we go along through the show. There's going to be a July jumble sale on Wednesday, July 12th from 9 a.m. in the morning to 1 p.m. in the afternoon at the Chase Library, which is at 7 Route 28 in West Harwich. And there's going to be household and kitchen items, furniture, books, plants, and those good old baked goods for sale. So please come on down and help out the Chase Library and attend their July jumble sale Wednesday, July 12th, 9 to 1.
Very good. That sounds like an interesting one.
Yes,
Yes.
it does.
Yeah. That little library is very active.
Yes, it is.
It is. They do a great job over
They
there.
do.
Yeah. And you have something else as well?
Yes, I do. The Harwich Historical Society presents the Elmer Crowell Barn Celebration and Dance. This sounds like the old-fashioned barn
It
dances
sure does,
from a
yeah.
long time ago.
Yeah, we interviewed them.
Did
Oh,
you?
okay,
Oh,
very good.
okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, I guess we'll be seeing something more about it, but I'll just tell you quickly. The date is Saturday, July 8th. It'll be held from 6:30 to 8:30, rain or shine, at the Brooks Academy Museum parking lot. And that's at 80 Parallel Street in Harwich Center. Live big band music will be presented by the Sound Dunes.
Oh, they're great.
I know,
Yeah,
and
that's good.
four-part harmony by Who's the Boss. Come dance, sing along, or just tap your feet to the music. Play Name That Tune and Oldies Trivia, Elmer Crowell Lookalike Contest. Fun for singles, couples, and the entire family, and it's only $10 per person.
Wow.
A lot of fun. You pay at the gate. There will be prizes and refreshments, and if you need more information, call 508-432-8089.
That sounds
Very
like a
good.
great take.
Yes,
Yeah,
and by
that-
the way, I did forget to give the phone number for the Chase Library if you need any more information, in case you have something you want to donate or you want to know a little bit more about it. The number is 508-432-2610, and that's for their July jumble sale on July 12th.
Very good.
All right.
Thanks, Eileen.
You're welcome.
Well, the Pilgrim Congregational Church is going to be hosting a couple of great concerts, the first of which is going to be Sunday, July 2nd at 7 p.m. They're going to be hosting the Cape Harmony, Cape Cod's premier female a cappella group. This is 10 talented young women from all over the U.S., and they're performing a cappella. The admission is $12, and all of the proceeds benefit the Young Musicians Fund, a Cape-wide outreach program. And again, this is going to be at the Pilgrim Congregational Church, which is right down in the middle of Harwichport, 533 Route 28. This is Sunday, July 2nd at 7 p.m. Then there's going to be another concert at the Congregational Church on Sunday, July 9th at 7 p.m. And let's see, that's going to be the Bourbon Sunset Classic Bluegrass Trio, another great group. And again, this is $12 admission charge for this concert. And again, the proceeds benefit the Young Musicians Fund, a Cape-wide outreach program. And you can get more information on both of these concerts. You can call the church office at 508-432-1668, or you can go online, www.pilgrimchurchharwichport.org. And two great concerts. And, you know, in that church, it's always great to have a concert there because the acoustics in there are great. And two great groups, an a cappella group and, of course, the Bluegrass Trio. So that's July 2nd and July 9th, both at 7 p.m.
And they're benefiting a great cause.
And benefiting a great cause. Yes, that's for sure. Okay. So, plenty of things to do, that's for sure.
Yes.
And now we're going to be brought up to date. Paul, you sat down with Matt and Michael with the Conservation Trust.
Yes, and Matt and Michael, in a way, too, went over the main purpose, which is land management.
Ah, very
And-
important.
and very important, and so let's listen up.
Let's listen up and see what they have to say.
Welcome once again to Channel 18's Community Journal. And today we have the Harwich Conservation Trust and Matt Cannon and Michael Lack. And Michael, you want to talk today about your responsibility for land and how you do that?
Sure, yeah, thanks Paul, and thanks everybody here at Channel 18 for hosting us once again. Matt and I are glad to be with you. At Harwich Conservation Trust, you know that our members, our supporters, donors help us proactively pursue priority properties, and when we preserve them, we also have a responsibility to take care of them or be good land stewards over time, also called land management. And we're looking at a number of different aspects of land management. We'll touch on a couple of them today, generally speaking. One is property monitoring. We want to understand where the boundaries are, what condition the property is, including if there might be the presence of any invasive plants. Matt might want to comment a little bit about that. We have a couple photos to show you.
Sure, yeah, and the land management aspect, you were saying, marking the boundaries, you might see some medallions on our properties that helps us monitor over time. And we're looking for things like invasive species, as Mike said, and that's a prime example of what you might find, hopefully not too much. That's Japanese knotweed, and this picture really shows just how aggressive it can be growing through the cracks of this cement patio.
Wow.
Those roots can grow, 20 feet underground and find areas to pop up. It's very hard to get rid of, and it creates a monoculture. So one species, that one could take hold of a complete area, and it limits biodiversity, plant life, animal life. So we really try to keep invasive species like this one in check the best we can. This one is one of the harder ones to get rid of. So is this one, that's Phragmites. That's more of a wetland type invasive plant. You might see it around salt marshes a little bit. Same thing, it grows just in huge swaths, monocultures, and it takes the place of native plants.
So basically these, excuse me, these plants spread.
Yes.
They take over a whole area.
They outcompete the native,
Native
plant
right,
communities,
wow.
yeah, which then reduces wildlife diversity.
Yes. Yeah.
So we try and keep the native flora and fauna on the protected properties as much as possible.
Very good. That's a tough job.
Yes.
Do you have many of those?
There are spots around town. We've had a pretty good job over the last few years with volunteers to remove a lot of the invasive species, but things like Oriental bittersweet, I'm sure many people are more familiar with that, the red berries in the vine, they're spread by birds. So
Oh, really?
even if we rip them out, the seeds can, the berries can still spread. So it's a
Yes.
very tough job, and we have to, we'll have to do this for a long time.
Okay. Well, we're glad you're out there.
But another part of our land stewardship work includes, more recently, ecological restoration, and that's taking disturbed areas and naturalizing the site to bring back vegetation and wildlife. So, for example, you're going to see some photos queued up of the 17-acre Muddy Creek Headwaters project. That's shown in red there, the site, which is occupies about 1,400 feet of shoreline along Muddy Creek flowing into Pleasant Bay. So that property, fortunately, thanks to strong donor support and town meeting voter support, we were able to preserve. But there was an abandoned building. This is a great aerial view, and this is the back of the building shown. This was open to the weather for over a decade and sat there uninhabited and just deteriorating. And so we looked at that structure, assessed it, and determined we really had to remove it. And this is part of the process. We contracted local company Robert B. Auer to perform the demolition, and then they subcontracted with another company to safely remove the asbestos, which was found in the building. And then also an exterior oil tank, unbeknownst to the prior owner, had been leaking. for many, many years. And that heating oil had reached a depth of about 15 feet in the soil. So part of our land stewardship work included working with a contractor to place groundwater monitoring wells around the site of the leaking oil tank to understand what the level of groundwater was versus the depth of the leaking oil. Fortunately, the groundwater was at 22 feet, and the oil only leaked to 15 feet. So we had that soil excavated and removed off-site and recycled into pavement at a place called Aggregate Industries in Stoughton. And then the rest of the building was removed, and this is what it looked like in April, late April. And now, as of the end of June, you can start to see some meadow grasses taking place of the former disturbed house site. So we've been working with an eco-restoration company called Blue Flax Design and intelligent irrigation to make sure that these meadow grasses have a strong start. We've put in some split rail there along the edge of the future parking area. We're not going to open this up to a walking trail probably until at the earliest the end of 2018, because we want to make sure those meadow grasses really establish themselves, and then we'll take it from there. But that's just a glimpse into one ecological restoration
It
project.
sounds like it was an expensive process.
It was. Fortunately, we budgeted as part of the total project cost the need to take on this eco-restoration effort. So we had raised those funds in advance to undertake this, yes. Yeah. So, and then another part of land stewardship is keeping an eye out for wildlife and trying to do our best to provide natural habitats for wildlife to find food, nesting opportunities, take shelter, different seasons of the year. And one we watch in particular is the eastern box turtle.
Oh, the box turtle.
Box turtle,
Oh,
yeah. Look at that photo right there. That's taken by one of our volunteer photographers, Janet DiMattia. And the box turtle it's a rare species in Massachusetts, called a species of special concern, and has really suffered over the years because of habitat loss primarily. But this time of year...
Now, what is their special habitat that they've lost?
Pine oak woods, also open areas. They'll move back and forth, especially this time of year, in search of nesting opportunities and mates. Often this time of year, after a heavy rain followed by a brighter day, you might see these box turtles on the move, but they go slow, and they will cross roadways. Look at this. This is the double yellow line we see on our local roadways, and that's a box turtle making its way across.
How long does it take him?
Well, that's a good question. Depends. But as you know, this is one of the busiest times of year on our local roadways in terms of traffic. So that's another another way that these turtles have suffered mortality is through traffic conflicts, getting run over essentially, unfortunately. So that's sort of an elongated photo, but that's just one that's kind of hinged up in its shell, hence the name box turtle. It's got a flexible lower shell which can enclose its head and feet and tail completely. It's just a beautiful sunburst, patterned gold and orange and dark brown and black pattern that if you just saw that and walking along a woodland trail, looking along the sun-dappled ground, you might not even notice it. These are all images actually taken by our volunteers who are on the lookout and reporting observations to us. Matt can talk a little bit more about that.
So the state relies on volunteers to actually give them input as to where these species are seen. So we're trying to gather that information. So volunteers, if they see one, take a picture, number one, and note the date and time, and then get in contact with us, and we can send you the forms. If you could try to fill out some, that's great. As long as you sign it, we can help you fill out the rest. And then we document where all the sightings have been in town to better assess some of our properties, as Mike was saying, with management. So if we know you know, there's a certain amount of box turtles in one area, we'll keep a special eye on that area. If it's in other areas, maybe that's good for land protection in the future.
Now, you mentioned land animals. What kind of animals are in these lands? I mean, quickly.
Sure. Well, if you categorize quickly, we've got mammals, reptiles like box turtles, some amphibians if there's wetlands or open water areas, a lot of bird life,
Yes,
depending on the habitat type.
yeah.
So, and other wildlife such as eels even that cross through a stream that runs through one of our properties. So depending on the site and the habitat types, that will determine the variety of wildlife that we might be monitoring or otherwise keeping an eye on.
Okay, well, you don't see too many land animals, or rather legged ones running around.
Red fox,
Yeah, red
skunk,
fox,
possum,
okay.
coyote, raccoon, those
Very good.
white-tailed deer. Some of those are the four-legged
animals,
animals
yeah.
you're talking about.
Yes,
Yeah, the
yeah.
mammals. Yeah.
Oh, okay, very
Yeah.
good. And we were going, are we going to the next item?
Yeah,
now?
sure. Let's talk about, speaking of animals, let's talk a little bit about our native nightlife walk,
Yes, okay.
which is an opportunity for folks to learn about wildlife activity at the dusk, twilight time of day, when the sun's going down, maybe the moon's coming up. Look at that beautiful sunset photo by another one of our volunteer photographers, Gus Romano. We're partnering with Todd Kelly and then Native American Marcus Hendricks, shown here, talking to a group. Marcus has a Nipmuc and Wampanoag Native American heritage. Native nightlife walks are offered on selected Mondays this summer around the time of the full moon.
Wow.
Coming up on July 10th, Monday, July 10th, is the Thunder Moon, it's called. And what we have offered is an opportunity for folks to learn about not only what wildlife might be out during that sort of twilight time of day, because these walks start at 6 p.m., they end at 8. You might get a chance to see the rising moon. That photo also taken by Gus Romano. I think that's amazing. That could be on National Geographic. But also to learn about what the Native American lifeways might have been like around that time of night. Storytelling, maybe fishing or other activities they might have engaged in, or even some of the activities that early settlers might have been accustomed to at that time of day. So Todd and Marcus will share all of that interesting information and intriguing stories with the assembled walkers. People can register online. It's $15 per person. They register online at our website, harwichconservationtrust.org. And the walks will take place in the Cape Cod National Seashore. So we're going beyond the border of Harwich, all the way up north to the Cape Cod National Seashore. Once you register, you'll receive directions. So we're going to keep it a surprise until you register. But we're partnering with the Eastham Conservation Foundation, which is our sister land trust in that town. It's a great opportunity to see the beauty of the National Seashore, a variety of habitats, and just learn more about some history and wildlife behavior that time of night. So,
Sounds very interesting.
yeah, it's a really fun walk. Yeah.
Well, that's it for this session, is it?
Yes, yeah, thanks for having us.
It's been very
Thank you.
interesting. So
Yes.
Thank you both for coming.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it.
You know, those two guys are so knowledgeable. They really are. They do such a great job.
They know their field.
They certainly
They
do.
do very much.
They
And the
do.
Yes.
photographs they put up for every one of their interviews are just so good. I
And
mean,
the volunteer photographers.
that's what I got from that.
Yeah.
They have
That's
volunteers
volunteer
that shoot a
photographers.
lot of
That's
those,
right.
and
Yeah.
that's really great. Yeah, that's really great. Thank you, Paul. That was really good. Eileen, you've got something very interesting there.
I do. It's summertime. The hydrangeas are blooming, and the Cape Cod Hydrangea Festival is right around the corner next month. The Garden Club of Harwich is presenting Gardens by the Sea on Thursday, July 13th. It's going to be held from 10 in the morning to 4 in the afternoon, rain or shine, so please keep that in mind. You can stroll 6 private gardens in Harwich and the historical campgrounds of Harwichport. The Guild of Harwich artists will be painting in the gardens, which adds a nice flair to it all.
yeah.
There will be refreshments. It's $5 for each garden, and it's $25 for the day. It's cash or check only, so please don't try to use your charge because you won't be able to. For garden locations and ticket information, please see their website, which is www.gardenclubofharwich.org and www.capecodchamber.org. Is that //
Yes,
hydrangea
Yep.
dash fest.org. Use the first one. www.gardenclubofharwich.org.
Good point.
Okay. Hope to see you there. I will be working at it. I just got my assignment last night on the email, so
Yes,
I'm
you did.
excited about it.
Yeah, that's always a nice, that's an interesting take.
Yes,
It
it
is.
is.
Love it.
And the
Love it.
strolling through the campgrounds,
Yeah, yeah.
just
My
beautiful.
wife loved that.
Did she?
Yeah.
Oh,
We used to go every year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's a very interesting take. Those houses down there and the hydrangeas this year are really nice.
ours are
I
popping.
mean, even our little guys are doing pretty good.
No, little baby hydrangeas, but they're coming along.
They are. They're coming along. Well, this one is one that surprised me.
Oh
I'll tell
boy,
you.
I know.
If you've had anything to do with the Council on Aging around here, there has been one person that has been the engine that has run this thing for the past 18 years and has done just an incredible job. Barbara Ann Foley is retiring, and they are going to have a retirement party for her. And this is a time that you can come and wish her well. It is going to be held on Monday, July 3rd from 11 a.m. to noon. Just drop in. Please help us show our deepest gratitude to Barbara Ann for her 18 years of commitment and service to our community. They're going to be serving light refreshments. An RSVP would be most appreciated, and you can do that by emailing, and I'll spell it out for you. It's sjusell@yahoo.com, and I'll repeat that. That's sjusell@yahoo.com, or by calling 508-430-7505. 508-430-7505. For those of you unable to join us and would like to offer a note of thanks or good luck for her next endeavor, please mail it to Town Nurse /Foley, 100 Oak Street, Harwich, Mass. 02645. That's a reception for the retirement party for Barbara Ann Foley, which is taking place Monday, July 3rd. That's right around the corner.
Next Monday, is it?
Yes,
Yeah,
it
it's
is.
coming right
Wow.
up.
Yeah.
11 a.m. to noon. So we wish Barbara Ann well.
Yes.
And she has done a great job for all of us here in the town of
Yes,
She will
Harwich.
be
Very
sorely missed.
Sorely miss a very
we wish
dedicated
her
Very
well, as
wife.
you
surprising,
said.
too.
We wish her
Yeah,
well
it
on
is
her
a
next
surprise
endeavor.
call.
Yeah, very good. Okay. Now, let's see. We have, of course, now that it's summer, the Brooks Academy Museum opens its doors. And Paul, you sat down with Jim Stamboni and Janet Cassidy.
Yes, they did. And they have a program that they want us to support. So let's listen up.
Okay, let's do that.
Welcome to our second guest today, which is the Harwich Historical Society, featuring Janet Cassidy and Jim Stamboni. I think, Janet, we'll ask you to begin. Can you tell us about some of your plans?
Well, I'm here to talk about an event that we're having this summer. But first, let me say that I'm director of the Brooks Academy Museum, which is in Harwich Center and run by the Historical Society.
Okay.
And a few years ago, we acquired the Elmer Crowell Barn and Workshop.
Yes, that's pretty nice.
And Elmer Crowell lived in East Harwich and had his workshop on his property. And when the current owner, after Elmer passed away, the house, passed on to other people, and the current owner wanted to tear down the barn and offered it to people who were interested in Elmer Crowell and his work. So the Historical Society was able to acquire the barn with the help of the town of Harwich, and it was taken down and rebuilt on the museum property on Parallel Street.
Yes, I've been by.
And built up again. And now it's open to the public, and we want to celebrate that fact. And we're going to have a barn event this summer, July 8th, on the property at the museum. And Jim is here to tell us about that.
All right. Is that your invitation, Jim?
Yeah, it sounds like a good intro, very smooth. I mean, don't
It's
you
me
think,
passing the bucket.
I'm delighted to participate in this with Janet and with the Historical Society. They came up with the idea, and we're working together to have a really an evening full of music, dance, some games, some refreshments. I think maybe Janet will talk about a particular contest that'll be very interesting in a few minutes, but I'm here to tell you about the music. I'm the manager of the Sound Dune Swing Ensemble. We are a big band cutting the mold of Glenn Miller, Benny Goodman.
Oh, wow.
And, you know,
All the big names.
And you know, and the hope was that down here, because of the age of the population out here, that people could resonate with that. And also this music that we play, featuring music 30s, 40s, 50s, is the same time frame at which Elmer Crowell did a lot of, you know, made his fame. And so we are going to be playing some of that music. We have a group with us called the Who's the Boss. They are a quartet, a cappella quartet, singing period music from the same period of time. They're phenomenal. We're also going to be introducing, for the second time this year, a number that they do with the band. So it's in the realm of a quartet singing with the band. Just great stuff. But you know, some of the music, just to kind of whet your appetite a little bit out there in fandom land. We're going to be doing American Patrol. That's a great Glenn Miller tune. In the Mood, another great Glenn Miller tune. Getting Sentimental Over You. That's a beautiful Tommy Dorsey tune, trombone solo. New York, New York. We got some vocalists. We have two vocalists, fantastic vocalists. One is local from just down the street, and Tom Yankee, and the other one is Linda DeLore. They'll be singing tunes like Frank Sinatra made famous, New York, New York. I Got You Under My Skin. So, and then we also wanted to, because we're trying to make this a family event, we also wanted to do some stuff for the kids. And so we're going to do things like YMCA. We may do the bunny hop, something like that gets the kids involved. But one of the things that I think is going to be a lot of fun and unique is this Elmer Crowell lookalike contest. And let me bring it back to you, Janet.
Yes, we want to have an Elmer Crowell lookalike contest. And the way we thought we would do this is anyone who thinks they can enter this contest, dress up like Elmer the best you can, and come to the museum. Good idea to call ahead first. We're open Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday for this. And I'd have to, well, let's just make it Wednesday, Thursdays, and Friday. And we will take your photograph in front of the barn. And then we will post them at the farmer's market for the next couple of weeks before the July 8th event. And we will have people vote on which photograph looks the most like Elmer Crowell. And we have some photographs available of Elmer on our website, which is www.harwichhistoricalsociety.org. And you can check what Elmer looked like, get your makeup, get your hat, get your wife's flowered apron, which is what he wore sometimes, and come and let us take your picture and enter the contest. And we will announce the winners the night of the dance. And the winner need not be present, but I hope you will be. Okay. And I think it'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah,
The only thing that was missing in all of that was the phone number.
Oh, thank you for reminding me. 508-432-8089.
There you go, you have the phone number.
And the event runs from, I think we're planning on running it from 6:30 to 8:30. I don't know if you can zoom in on that. There's Elmer Crowell up here. That might be a little bit small. When I first met with Janet on this event, they said something about I look like Elmer Crowell, but I don't know if he takes his hat off whether he's got hair under there or not. I can tell you, I don't. You know.
Well, we can get you a hat like that.
Hide it all, right? You know. But I think it ought to be a lot of fun. And the other thing is that Janet, in planning this, it's a family event. It's it's for singles, it's for couples, it's for families, all people of all ages, as they say, or children of all ages, and we want to get that message across. It ought to be a fun evening. It's outdoors,
Yes.
under the tent on 80 Parallel Street, which is where the museum is.
Right.
Weather's going to be fantastic. We guarantee it, don't you?
Yes.
Well, I'm trying hard. Speaking to the man upstairs.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
But
It'll-
other than that, $10 admission
Yes.
fee to
There
come
you
in.
go, $10. That's another important item.
Yeah, and again, it's you know, it gets you the music. You want to dance, you want to sing, you want to clap, just don't boo. Participate, maybe name that tune, a little oldies trivia. Get everybody involved. So it ought to be a fun time.
Well, that sounds great.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
All right, so am I.
Come and celebrate with us.
Yes.
Very good. Well, thank you for coming.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Paul.
Very good.
Well, it's nice to see the Brooks Academy Museum opening, and it sounds like a fun evening.
Oh,
and,
that sounds
it's a
really
very interesting
fun.
museum.
Yes,
and,
it is.
I hope people go there this summer.
Yeah.
It is a nice take, and the evening they're talking about sounds like a fun evening.
I know, and if people dress up as Elma
Kroll.
yeah.
I bet there'll be some creative costumes,
I'm
to say
sure
the
there
least.
will be, and creative beards too, I'm sure.
I'm sure. Okay, very good. We mentioned this last week, and I think it's worth mentioning again. The Open Gym program is going to be held this year in the Harwich Middle School gym, and it's open to boys and girls ages 12 to 15. It's going to be taking place on Tuesday and Thursdays from 12:30 to 3. The program will be run by DJ Robinson. It's $40 for a month. It's on a first-come, first-serve on registration. Maximum number is 12 to 15 people. All participants are required to sign up before June 26th for July and July 28th for August. And there are no last-minute drop-offs. And there's all kinds of activities. They're going to be doing basketball, tennis, baseball, dodgeball, football, ping pong tournament. They may possibly go on field trips. They may, depending on the sign-ups, they could possibly go to Patriots Place or Pirates Cove. They may possibly go to bowling. They may possibly go to a Paw Sox game. On those field trips would have a separate fee. So all kids are asked to bring a water bottle, sneaker, and snack with them to the school and the field trips. Now there is going to be a, let's see, summer kickoff has already taken place, actually. It was June 22nd, so that's
Yeah.
already happened.
You missed the
But,
free hot dogs, Jack.
Yes, and the sign-up, let's see, July 20th, the sign-up's already gone by, June 26th. So,
For July, but the July sign-up for
yeah,
August
for
is on the
August is the 28th, so July 28th for August. So you can still sign up for August. So it's not too late if you want to get into the August program. So again, it's really limited. So it's only 12 to 15 kids, and $40 for the month of August, ages 12 to 15, boys and girls. So that's a good deal. It
Yes,
really
it sure is.
And again, that's the Open Gym program, and it's held at the Harwich Middle School gym.
And the opportunities exist if enough people show up.
That's
right.
right. That's
That's
true.
They
right.
got wonderful opportunities.
That's
You wonder
right.
which ones they're going to be.
That's right. And of course, as you know, we have a town band here in
Yes,
Harwich.
we do. Peter Cobb and his town band.
And you sat down with Peter?
Yes, and Peter reviewed the program for the summer, and so listen up.
Okay, let's take a look.
Our third guest today is Peter Cobb, director of the town band. And Peter, you've got a few notes there you want to go through and give us an idea of what's going on with the town band.
I do. Ladies and gentlemen and children of all ages, I have a lot of fun things to tell you about the concert season this summer. We're starting on July 4th. Tuesday is our night at Brooks Park, 7 o'clock, free concert, refreshments available. And on July 4th, the program will be our annual Red, White, and Blue Spectacular. And it'll be a feast of patriotic and show tunes, audience participation. Of course, we'll be honoring the men and women of our armed forces, and they'll be able to sing their service songs. And it's a substantial program, and I think you would enjoy it at beautiful Brooks Park. Brooks Park, by the way, is a wonderful place to have a band concert. It's like Norman Rockwell, and you can sit out there, you can bring a picnic supper, and again, the Friends of the Band with Peggy Rose and Eileen Domos will have refreshments, and things to sell. So that'll be July 4th. On July 11th, which is the next Tuesday, we have a special program honoring music students in the Monomoy School District. We have a recorder program that we started. You know, that's a little instrument that you play like this, and they start in the 3rd grade, and the recorder students will be coming after our opening march. They will be playing under Tim Ressler, their wonderful Monomoy Public Schools instrumental director. And then something special. When they go from recorders in the 3rd grade to 4th grade band, the students take up band instruments, and some of the band members are coming to play with the band. They're going to be right up on the bandstand, and we're going to play a song. We'll probably play it twice, and they'll be up there, clarinets, flutes, trumpets, and they'll be playing with the band. The band had a wonderful rehearsal last night, and we already have the music. So that's on the 11th. Later on in July, we have concerts in July and August. We're going to have Jonathan Ford. Jonathan Ford is Harwich's own Irish tin whistle player. He came in first in the country in the contest this year in his age group, and he plays the Irish tin whistle. This young man knows about 300 tunes in his head, and he'll play just a few of those, and then he'll play with the band. And that is on the 18th. I got to keep the dates straight here. Yeah.
the 18th.
Then on the 25th, we have a member of the band who's a bagpiper, and she's in a bagpipe group, and she's bringing some of her bagpipers, and that'll be exciting. And she'll play with the band. They'll play with the band on the 25th. Later in August, we save some fun things. We save some fun things for August. On August 15th, Michael Dunford is coming to play with us. He's a percussion specialist. He plays kettle drums, and he plays a jazz drum set. And his mother was the first one to join the band when Cindy McGuire put out an ad in 1975, we're going to start a band. She responded. She's our percussion section leader, and she's Michael's mother. And Michael started when he was 10 years old 40 years ago. So you have that to look forward to. Wonderful, wonderful percussion. And I'm just looking at my notes here to make sure I haven't forgotten anything. Our final concert will be August 29th. That's a Tuesday, and we'll hope that we have a good weather for all that. I want to show you something that we're featuring. We have new bumper stickers, and these will be available at the bandstand. And we just ask a small donation if you'd like one. Otherwise, you can just take it, and Peggy Rose and Eileen Domos will be in charge of that. I forgot to mention Marge Frith, who's a member of the band, and she has spearheaded the project with the recorders. And I think you'll enjoy hearing the young people play the recorders and the young people in the band. I can't say enough wonderful things about the band members, almost 40 members who've been coming since March, by the way. It was snowing when we started. They've been rehearsing since March for this program because we have extensive musical repertoire, and I don't like to repeat things too much. But we have a lot of music to play, and they will be holding forth. So we're going to invite you all to come. I think the best way to see the band, there may be some programs on television which we appreciate, but really a great way to see the band is to come in person and enjoy the free concerts. So again, ladies and gentlemen and children of all ages, please come and join us. We need an audience to play for. And I think you'll enjoy it very much as we enjoy putting it on. And thanks very much for having me here today.
Well, it sounds like a very good program, Peter.
It will be.
And I hope you have a good crowd.
We will. Thank you.
And thank you for coming.
Yeah, Peter is a great guy. What a great band leader. He really is.
You like his attire.
I love his attire, but you know, just what he has to say about the band, and he has the recorder program now, and you know, what great opportunities. And
well, if you like music and you play an instrument, you know, it's a great opportunity.
It really is, and it's a great spot to watch a concert. As he says, you know, it's one thing to watch it on TV, but it's so much better to sit down, bring a lawn chair, and sit there in the park and just listen to them play. You know, it's just a great opportunity, and another summer. You know, it's really great.
Yes,
Yes,
it
it
is.
is.
And folks, that is our show for this week. However, we want you to stay tuned because Eileen, you have got something very special to sort of end us with
Yes,
today.
I do. I was lucky enough to be able to sit down with Nina Schischler from the Harwich Community Theater. She's the artistic director there. And we talked about the new musical that started this week, Anne of Green Gables. It'll be running right through July 16th. And she had some wonderful opportunities to offer as far as classes are concerned too, and the other plays that are going to be shown through the summer. So you might want to stay tuned, and you'll also see a clip from Anne of Green Gables. It looks wonderful. And it of course, is adapted from the novel by L.M. Montgomery, and it's going to be playing right through July 16th, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursday evenings at 7, and Friday, Saturday, and Sunday matinees at 4, with no show on July 4th. So please listen up and
So on behalf
And go.
of all of us here at Channel 18, thank you so much for joining us, and you know, take care.
yes, and please take advantage of all the things we told you about going on around town.
And please do it safely.
Yes.
And stay tuned for a special version right after this show.